chamber putting this function on so that Joe and I get a chance to talk a little bit about the city and county for which we and you should be proud. I want to preface anything I have to say with this statement that nothing can be done without a cooperative effort. No individual gets anything done in the city or the county, or in fact anywhere. And Joe and I and you benefit from a wonderful cooperative effort in this town, both among agencies and private citizens. So we're not taking credit for anything, we're just going to inform you today. We live in a great place. I was telling a man today how open-minded Nacogdoches is that they let a man from north of the Red River from Oklahoma be mayor down here. It's come a long way. Senator, thank you for taking your time. You're a champion for our state and Texas. Thank you. Also, I want to preface everything by saying that the key element in our city and the success of our city is our city manager and our city staff. They are dedicated. Frankly, they're underpaid, but they love the city, they love their work, and they're dedicated to you. And so when you get a chance to pat a city staff member, employee on the back, please do that, because they're great people, they're dedicated. Jeffrey, raise your hand up. There he is. Keeps me out of trouble. Quick note on the lake. You all, I know, we've all been thrilled with the unexpected rain through December, January, February. Our lake level as of yesterday is up to 3.7 feet below normal. You know, it was as much as 12 or 13 feet below normal. So, and yes, I've worked real hard. Joe and I have been out there dancing in the moonlight today trying to get this to happen. But we have the same amount of water we had this time last year, so we have made up all that we lost during the summer. The city is now actively refurbishing 3 wells, and we will begin drilling 4 new wells, so that should this occasion arise again, this drought issue, we will be independent even of our lake, that we can survive with our wells. I think that's what's happened in our community and across the state. This annual drought has made everybody more aware of water, and it's a very important thing. I congratulate citizens for all you've done, maybe not watering quite as much. I would tell some of you can bathe more than once every other day. But thank you, and I think we're in good shape there. Always a quick mention, city finances. As you may know, our city is always has a close budget because frankly our income doesn't change much. Property taxes stay about the same. We are blessed recently with elevating sales tax, which gives us a little more revenue, but we work very hard at saving your tax money. One of the things we're doing, consolidating our workforce, blending departments, cutting down as we can on some salaries and benefits by just getting smaller and tighter and better organized. As I said, sales tax is up. We are very active in consolidated buying, cooperative buying, and a part of the city that joins forces with other departments and other departments in other cities to buy collectively, and that's saving us some money. So everything's under control. I don't think we're going to have to raise your taxes. You can't say never. Beware of the candidate that says, I'll never raise your taxes. Beware. On the economic front, I think we've enjoyed some, in a very tight economic times, the city has enjoyed some benefits from cooperative work with the NEDCO as a chamber and the county and the city, SFA. We have Mass Power Train is bringing, building a facility out of the West Loop, bringing many, up to 60 high-paying jobs to our community. Legends apartment complex on Pearl, dramatic thing to see. They are here and certainly changed the property tax value on that land, city and county. And the Cooper Industries had an expansion. They had chances to go elsewhere, and they chose Nacogdoches. I'm convinced because of the efforts of all the people I've mentioned, we all went together and came up with some tax abatements. We are always eager to compete in the marketplace for new and expanded industries. It's a tough marketplace. Many want to go to the metroplex areas. It's hard to compete in our level in an area of East Texas, but we're doing a good job, I think. And don't be afraid of tax abatements. We're not writing them a check. We're not giving anything away that we have, right? When we tell them tax abatements, but it does encourage them to come to Nacogdoches. I do want to mention a couple of things that specifically that I think we can all be proud of, and the results again of cooperative action with the county, NEDCO, Chamber. The consolidated. I got these names right. Emergency Operations Center. That came as a result of a very large grant from the federal government applied for by our county, but it's a result of being so active when we have emergencies like the hurricanes that we have now are going to have a central place where all of us can be to manage emergency situations, and that's going to be good for our city. You've heard maybe in the news about consolidated dispatch. That again you could have a program about that. It's been a long time coming. What in essence it means is that several years ago, if the sheriff's office in the county was investigating a robbery, sometimes the city police didn't know about it because we didn't share communications. We didn't have the facilities or the technology. Likewise, if the city was involved with something, the police force, the communication was less than it should be with the sheriff's department. That has all been resolved with technology, and we are communicating well with each other. If you do something in the county, the city's going to know about it, and vice versa. We're not duplicating efforts. Thank you for helping with that. And now where the consolidated dispatch is going to be a centralized location. Before now, if an emergency call came in, it would go maybe to the hospital, or they'd call the fire department. But it wasn't for the fire department, it was for the police department. So the fire department would have to find the police department. And we're eliminating all of that. And in one area, one room, we're going to have representatives receiving emergency calls from all facilities. Memorial Hospital with the ambulance service, the sheriff, the police department, the city, the county, they're all going to be there, so when a 911 comes in, the people we need are sitting right next to us. And they'll be very efficient. Response time will be much shorter. It was expensive, and no one group could have done this alone, but everybody has contributed. It took some discussion because some were leery of it, but it was a perfect example of what we can do when we set our minds to doing things that are good for the greater good. That we're going to serve our community and not our own interest. It's a great example of that. Joe, you led that well, and I appreciate that. Joe will tell you about all those other things going out there. It's a wonderful facility out on the West Loop. We've worked very hard with SFA, and you can see some of that. We have an intern program with the city and SFA are working together on. You don't have to go much, just go to the ballpark of the West Loop. You'll see that wonderful facility has been enhanced by our cooperation and working together with SFA. The college having their stadium there has helped all of the leagues. All softball fields have been enhanced by that cooperation. Even when I ran across a group of young college girls out on the street one day, and they had their pencils out, and Sally Swearingen's class, she had been assigned, they'd assigned those girls to doing a study of downtown development and contacting property owners and designing downtown improvements. And so even in that sense, they're incorporating the student body to help us in our future planning, and that's a wonderful thing, I think. I don't think this is the wrong thing to say. When I came in 1975, there was a sense of town and gown. But over time, not anything I've done, but
just over time, that has been eliminated. It is a group of people with common goals, common ideas for the greater good working together, and SFA is a tremendous part of that. Another thing you're going to be hearing more about, and it's going to take some time to get our ideas changed, the public-private cooperation, public-private endeavors, because there are no more earmarks. We receive less money, grants, etc. from the federal government. Of course, the state has their issues, so we're going to have to, we have a limited income that I told you about. So we're going to have to join forces, and I encourage citizens groups, if they see a need that's not being met, you need to get together, organize your thoughts, have a plan, have a budget, bring it to the table. You can call the city manager or me, we'll have a meeting, and you can present this to us and say, this is what we'd like to get accomplished. And here's our budget, and here's what we need from the city. We need some money, or we need some equipment, or we need, and I want to encourage much, much more of that. And you'll see evidence of that sometimes with the master gardeners. If you watch that garden develop down there on the corner of Main and University, those folks are just out there doing it because they love it, and they love the city. Gwendolyn, Jim's wife, is down there often. She doesn't always look this fresh. Often she's down there with a shovel or a hoe. But that's good. You're going to see more and more of that. Our proposed waterworks, our proposed aqua park, aquatic park, is going to have to be done with both public and private cooperation. And we're getting people involved with that, and I'm finding the public readily willing to get involved. I do ask, I will tell a quick story. I learned this from a senator. He doesn't remember, I'm sure. But this is how it works. I went to him early as when I was mayor and sort of full of myself and worried about water. And I went to his office and was talking about how the big problems of water might be, and these things are going to go on. And he listened very patiently, and he reminded me that he was a senator now. He had been a mayor, he understood. But he asked me, well, tell me the problem and give me your solution. What? That's why I came to see him, right? You tell me, Senator. That's not how it works. He was very kind, but he said, Mayor, you need to identify the needs in your city, and you need to come up with a viable plan and come tell me how I can help you. And that's what I tell our citizens too. Come up with a plan and we'll help. And I thank you for that lesson. It's been good for me. You can look forward to some things. I-69. Most of us will live to see it, not all of us. Many will. It's going to happen quicker than Lake Nacogdoches, I promise. It's going to be probably contribute the greatest economic stimulus that East Texas has seen for a long, long time. We can become an inland port. As goods come through the Panama Canal and dock in the Gulf, they've got to get out of Texas. They're saving money by docking in the Gulf instead of California, and they've got to come through here on I-69. We can develop storage facilities. We're not sure how all that's going to work, but it's going to be a terrific opportunity for our city and county. You might be interested in this. One of the things the city is doing for financial reasons and for just innovation, we are studying compressed natural gas for our large vehicles. Save a lot of money on wear and tear on the vehicles. The county is going to see if we can't form a partnership for the expenses. We've talked to NISD. They've had a bad experience years ago because the technology wasn't as good as it is now. But that's going to be an exciting thing for us to get that started. South 59, we have gotten, I hate to say this, TxDOT has said we are interested, we are concerned, we have some funds to alleviate that jam up of traffic south of on 59 in the evenings. It's a real problem. There are two plans on the table. One is much more expensive.